Just saw a big flash. That shook the house. Hey everyone, Britta Albert here. Right now we have kind of a storm going on. Not a big storm, but just in case you hear some thunder in the background, I do apologize. So if this is your first time here, I'm a transformational life coach, and my goal for this channel is to help you overcome obstacles that are in the way of you living your best and most authentic life. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, and also hit the bell notification so that you never miss a video. I post every Monday and Friday. Be good. Just saw a big flash. That shook the house. Today in this video, we're gonna have a brief summary of what chakras are, do they really exist, why should you balance them, and how do they affect you? Then we're going to touch on a summary of the root chakra. Firstly, I want to give a shout out to Vishuddha Das, aka Koi Fresco. On his channel, he gives very thorough, in-depth explanations of what chakras are, the history of them, where they came from, and really goes in depth on each chakra point and how to balance it. I'm not going to go that in depth, but I did want to mention him because I got a lot of my sources from his information because it is just so thorough. It really helped me when I was doing some research on the best places to start looking at some of the stuff. So I'm going to link his channel below. Go ahead and check him out if you're curious or you want to learn more about chakras and the specific chakras. Now, I don't know how much you already know about chakras or if you've ever even heard of them before, but chances are you have. And the ones that you probably are thinking are the 7 chakra points. There's 6 internal and 1 external. That's the more westernized version of chakras, and that'll be the one that we are discussing today. The 7-point chakra system, as we know it, was brought to the Western world about 100 years ago by John Woodruff, who was a Shakti yoga scholar. Essentially, Mr. Woodruff read a mistranslation of a 600-year-old 7-point chakra system with symbols and mantras, and this actually inspired him to write his book, The Serpent of Power. In the Western world, we don't really respond as well to symbols and mantras as they did in India. So he changed it to the colors and the character traits that we know of today. So, do chakras exist? Chakras are not something that you can see on an X-ray or an MRI, just in case you didn't know. With chakras, it's more of a belief that there are different points within the body that harness different energies. Now, as you know, energy is real. We use it in our electricity, we use it with the internet, we have energy in our bodies, there's energy everywhere. This is not something new. But once upon a time, that was a very new subject. And so peoples all over the world were trying to figure out what are these energy points, what do they mean, how do they interact with each other, and really trying to understand how to become more enlightened as a human being, how to continue to grow yourself spiritually, mentally, and accomplish different things. There have been a few studies that have shown the effects similar to a placebo effect, that if you believe it, those are the results that you get. But there have actually been studies that have real physical, measurable electromagnetic differences that are non-naturally occurring within the body. When people are meditating and they're focusing on a certain area of the body where the chakras reside, essentially they are creating with their mind the reality of the chakras. Now, of course, in the West, we are skeptical of anything that we cannot see. If it doesn't show up on an X-ray, if you can't see it in an MRI, we are not really prone to believe that it's there. Then especially you throw in religious references, and then you have things calling it blasphemy, you have things calling it New Age, just many different things to dismiss the idea or potential of chakras. Personally, I feel that either way, whether you believe that chakras exist or whether you don't, doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the intent. I think that chakras, or envisioning chakras when you're meditating, is a really useful tool to help you with your intent. I think at the end of the day, our intent is really the master creator. We think something and then we make it happen. You can think about something as you're falling asleep and then you dream about it. You can think about something that you want to make, an arts and craft, and then you create it. Intent is the most powerful thing. So whether you believe that chakras exist or not, at the very least, I highly recommend to focus on those colors or the light. Put the intent behind it as to what you're wanting to work on within yourself. When you have those character traits for each chakra point, essentially you're just putting intent behind the results that you're wanting to get from your body, from your spirit, from your mind, and things that you want to accomplish with that within your meditation. I'm not really going to go in depth today in this video, but there's a lot of videos out there, and especially if you're big into yoga and things like that, that talk about balancing the chakras. Now, why would we want to balance the chakras? Well, for the premise of this video, moving forward with the mindset that we are saying that we believe in the 7-point chakras, the westernized 7-point chakras, why would we want to balance them? Well, balance is everything in life. When you're unbalanced, either too positive or too negative, things tend to sway the opposite way to the same effect. If you're up too high, eventually it's going to sway the other way and then sway back again. Balance is going to help with everything. Balance in our diet helps us stay healthy. Balance in our exercise helps us stay healthy, helps us move. Balance in our sleep and helps us stay healthy. So we don't go crazy, so we don't suffer with depression and different things like that. So why would you not want to balance the chakras? When we make the intent to balance our chakras, we're making the intent to balance our mind and to balance our body, which is going to help us in the real physical world with actual health benefits and mental health benefits. Now for this video, we're going to start with the root. Just like any job that you do, if you want long-term lasting results, you want to start with a strong foundation. So when we start with the chakras and you want to start balancing them, you want to start with the root. The root is the base. It's everything that makes up how we interact with this world, how we feel about ourselves, and everything that has to do with the material world. With the root chakra, the color that we have is red, and it is right at the base of the spine. When it comes to things in the material world, I'm talking about things having to do with survival. So whether that is money, shelter, food, water, procreation, that is what the root chakra is going to be pushing. So if the root chakra, say, it is spinning too fast, then that chakra is too open. We need to balance it, we need to bring it back. So that means that if it's too open, that you could be experiencing a lot of lust. You could be really obsessed with money, obsessed with materialistic things, that your value, your worth is just in the materialistic things. I'm gonna have another one. That was a big one. But yes, you get a lot of your worth and your value from the materialistic things, and you're not necessarily able to come out of that and experience different parts of life because you're pretty much running this rat race where it's just about working to see what you can get out of people, what you can get out of this life. And when the root chakra is unbalanced, it's really the chakra that is the most unbalanced chakra, but because it deals with the physical world, it's actually one of the easiest to balance. Now, if going again with the premise of it spinning, if your root chakra is spinning too slowly or it's not spinning at all, then you have a block. Then you could experience things like depression or even just numbness, where nothing really matters and you really don't care about anything. It can also affect things in your body, things like people have experienced pain with sciatic nerve. Constipation and hemorrhoids can also be a part of that as well. Maybe even weight problems because you're holding on to something. You're not letting go of a trauma, or you're not letting go of a grudge. There's something that has happened to you in the physical material world that you're not ready to let go of. So because of that, you're holding on to it. You can hold on to all this weight as well. So again, I want to go ahead and remind you, if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have not already, also hit the bell notification. That way you get notified of my future videos. And the next video you won't want to miss, because that will be the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. And I'll go a little bit more in depth on that one as well. Now, if you have not booked your free 60-minute definition session, go ahead and do that now. The link will be below. Once you click on that link, that's gonna pull up my calendar. Pick out a day and time that works best for your schedule, and I'll give you a call and get really clear on what you want for the future and really put together a plan of action to help you overcome whatever's in the way of what you're wanting to accomplish. This video right here is what YouTube recommends for you based upon your search history. If you click this right here, this is my face, tap that, that's gonna subscribe you to this channel. I'll see y'all next time.